rains fall and the south like a waterfall of freedom allows me to bow on my knees, free and long awaited, long suffering. What days did we have? Those of our ancestors from the pain, from the kingdom when they placed the chain on you.
And it was very obvious. Kevin, being an IT specialist, working all his life in American companies and giving his skills and his expertise to these companies that have probably made very good results, because obviously, a company becomes big because of the people that are inside that work for it. Mara also, being a professor, an economics professor for 30 years in the US, has also given a lot of herself to develop a certain number of things in the US. So one of their main objectives is to see when they got a lot of the information from Gabon and the difficulties and the challenges, their first reaction was to do, okay, what can we do to be able to help in the development of Gabon? So since they've left, all these things we were talking about with them are progressively being put in place. We talked about working on interrelations between universities, and Mara and I have been working on matching people that have common interests. And obviously, we've been working on the foundation, the AfriBridge Foundation. Just to say, the AfriBridge Foundation is born from the will of three types of people. First of all, people like me. I stopped myself, obviously, because I have this American or UK culture because I was brought up in England, and but I have decided to live in Gabon. So even though I have all this culture and I've lived a long time in Western countries, I have taken the decision to live in Gabon and to participate in Gabon's, in spite of what I've been brought up to, and I realized that there are a lot of Gabonese that are exactly like me. A lot of Gabonese have, because Gabonese don't. Other countries, people like to stay abroad. I'll say the Senegalese, for instance, the Malians. I don't know about the Burkina Faso.
Nigerians.
When they settled in the Western countries, they just stay there. But Gabon is known for these people that always come back to Gabon. So we have a lot of those Africans that are, Gabonese or Africans that have come back to Gabon. The second type of people that are motivated to participate in the elaboration of the foundation are the Gabonese diaspora that live in the US. And we have discovered through the ambassador that there are a lot of them working in big enterprises, a lot of them working in universities. Some of them have been living in the US for more than 20 or 30 years, and they are completely disconnected to Gabon. They just watch, what they know of Gabon is what they see, on TikTok or YouTube or whatever. But they are completely disconnected. And Just, that you all know,
yes,
did not want to, to be like those people that are completely disconnected. And so when Just and we started working together, and when Just left Gabon to go to the US, he told me something, Francis, I'm going to the US and because I'm looking for a better world, but I don't want to be disconnected to Gabon. And I want you to help me to stay connected to Gabon. I have to participate in projects. I have to continue working because I want to keep having a foot in Gabon. And to make the transition to the Afro-descendants, which is the third group, when Just and Kevin met, automatically Just told him, okay, well, you want to know about Gabon? Well, you'll just follow me because I am connected to Gabon even though I'm living in the US. And this is how this all started. So these three types of people are all at the origin of the AfriBridge Foundation. So Afri for those three types of Africans, Bridge because we want to bridge the gap between the US and Gabon. I hope I wasn't too long.
Okay, what about Francis?
About Smith.
Smith, yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
So all right. So the first time I heard about this project, I was so very so happy and so emotionally touched because the first time I heard about it, it was with the actor calling Samuel Lee Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, Samuel Lee Jackson, and the guys was there in Gabon also, and was looking for his parents too, and it was in the same case to Kevin, because Samuel Lee Jackson also is from Boué. It means Benga also, and I just found the link, and I was surprised thinking that we can have so many parents. Perhaps we can say that like this. We have so many parents in United States of America, and it's very important for us to try to be connected and share those kind of experiences every time, and with time perhaps we can find other people there with those kind of experiences to try to have a big group and try to do so many things together. That was my impression.
All right, I will give the floor to Kevin.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah, please.
I just wanted to say that, yes, the example of Samuel Lee Jackson is a good example because he did come back to Gabon. He did discover his ethnic group. But unfortunately, since he's left Gabon, we have not heard from him.
Yeah,
and
never.
He hasn't done anything since he got back. And this is why it's interesting. The question that Tonton Louis asked Kevin is very, very important. What, since you came back, what has been happening? And so this is the opportunity. I think the reason why Samuel Lee Jackson has not been able to come back or do anything else in Gabon, because there's not a structure to receive him
to follow the project.
Okay, so it'll be very interesting once the AfriBridge Foundation is officially created to go back to Samuel Lee Jackson and tell him, look, we have something that's going to help you really be integrated in what is going on in Gabon, and it's going to be something very structured and very organized because we will have a branch in the US and a branch in Gabon, so he can affiliate to any which one of them, and then we'll be helping him to really make his going back to his roots worthwhile.
Now, Kevin?
Yes, it's interesting on this. I was on the Gabonese national TV for a show that Francis and I were both on, because everybody there obviously speaks French. But one of the questions that the person asked me was about Samuel L. Jackson. Had you heard of Samuel L. Jackson coming? And I said, yes. And I made a quip that it would be great to see him again. And I realized that whether he comes back or not, really the desire is mine. I want to go back. I want to know more. I want to help. And I'm sure that that's true of anybody who comes and tries to get their citizenship from Gabon. But it's one thing, I'm at a point in my life where, and you'll hear me say this a lot, I'm planting seeds for trees I will not see. Being 63, I'll be 64 this year. I realize that my children and all of the young people, whether they're in Gabon or whether they're Afro descendants here in America, they need to have a pathway. They need to have the shade. They need to have that knowledge. And somebody has to create the beginning parts of this bridge that we're speaking about. Thank you for joining us in today's podcast. I hope that you will join us again. If you found anything useful in this, please hit like and subscribe and hit the notification button, and you can stay tuned to the new podcast and other content that we create here. Have a good day, and thank you for joining Learning About Africa.